Hey guys, this is Aegis, and I've got the first game between a team of Voldemort and the Backwater Gulchers from the Beta League of the American Pro League Season 1. This is the quarterfinal. Here we have Ship It Ob versus Cro-Magnus. Ship is going to be playing for Team Voldemort, and Cro-Magnus is going to be playing for the Backwater Gulchers. And game 1 did go to Team Voldemort with a forfeit from the Backwater Gulchers due to a player being absent. So we'll see how Cro-Magnus is able to do here. He is going to be playing as the blue Protoss player. Here he is in the top left-hand corner, and in the right-hand side we do have Ship Itov, or Ship. I'm just going to call him Ship. And here our Terran player is going to begin making SCVs. Going to go ahead and open up these tabs for you guys. And we have here our Protoss player in the top right-hand, or top left-hand side. So also the APL website, check us out at mocteccorp.net/APL. First pylon looks like it's going to be going down at the front. Perhaps he's forgotten that he won't need to wall off here. Usually Terran players that put on pressure early on can do a lot of damage if the Protoss player is not careful. And Cro-Magnus here, now chrono boosting more probes out. Both players building it up at the beginning of this game. Of course, I see Cup Test Bug here. It does have these rocks guarding 3 different Xel'Naga towers and a free and open tower in the center. And then our Terran player is also going to be throwing up his barracks, and there are these supply depots at the bottom of these ramps to be able to prevent any sort of funky pylon wall-offs or bunker wall-offs. Gateway now on the way. It looks like Cro-Magnus has realized his mistake, and it will be building his gateway away from the front. However, this is a vulnerable position to have against the Terran player, who does end up deciding to go rush, and it looks like Cro-Magnus is throwing down a pylon in this corner. He's going to be rushing some sort of tech, perhaps hiding a DT shrine or a starport in this corner and trying to go for the Terran player's main. And it looks like our Terran player scouted this bottom corner and will not find Cro-Magnus. Over here the gas is now coming up, and there's still no cyber core. There it is on the way now. Ship is now finishing his orbital command, mining the gas and getting a tech lab for his barracks. Probe is going to come in here and get shot to pieces by this Marine. He's not going to be able to make it into the main. The probe does go down, and the SCV is now scouting into the main of our Protoss player. Immediately gets zapped in the face by a probe. Very welcome in this base, says the probe. And we have a assimilator coming up for Cro-Magnus. So his tech is going to be on the way. His probe is still hanging out. We'll see what he decides to do as soon as that cyber core is finished, and it is finished. So we'll see what kind of tech he is about to do as soon as he has enough gas. And we have the concussive shell on the way for the Marauders. So perhaps he'll decide to do some early pressure with that first few Marauders. There's another one on the way. We'll see if he decides to move out. He hasn't gotten any additional buildings, so it looks like he will be going for a fast expansion. And there it's coming. He does have enough minerals for it, so it looks like he'll chill out for a sec. There it is coming up, the command center. And finally a stalker is on the way. The SCV almost gets taken out. We'll be swinging back around to check everything out. Possibly try to escape here in just a second. Looks like it did get zapped by the probe. And a second gateway is on the way. Still nothing over here. Looks like a Twilight Council. We will be seeing DTs in the near future. He's hiding the tech very far away so that his Terran opponent does not see it and throw up additional defenses. Terran players now gearing up to take the expansion, and we have the Reaper out on the field, going to be able to scout everything out. And this is why you hide your DT shrine, so that you don't get scouted. However, the Stalker is going to come over here and try to pick off that Reaper. And the Reaper is slightly faster, so it will get away into the main. We'll see if the Zella is able to cut it off over here. A grenade does go off, a zap from the probe as well. Reaper is going to scout in here, chased by a probe and a zealot. Looks like there is going to be a sentry also on the way. Stalker comes back in here, cleans it up. Still no DT shrine yet. He does have enough money for it, so looks like he was preoccupied with the Reaper, and now the Dark Shrine is on the way to additional barracks. There's no detection up for our Terran player as of yet. He's not saving scans, he's using them very well for these mules, but he's going to regret that real soon. However, he does have his second orbital command finishing up. The Dark Shrine is about a quarter of the way done. Should be throwing down yet another gateway in the near future, and perhaps doing an expansion off of this as well. The hallucination upgrade is also on the way, and it looks like there is a supply depot at the ready to block this warp in. Probe is headed over there to try to drop the pylon, and Stalker is also going to be trying to pick off an SCV over here. SCV it looks like it will be getting away to continue scouting. Our Terran player has not yet noticed this pylon. He should be soon. Getting his Marines and Marauders over here to clean that up. I'd wait until the pylon is finished and then clean it up, which it is now. Looks like taking a shot at his supply depot, and this pylon is quickly going to go down. Cro-Magnus is going to be... look at that glitch. That is very interesting. Down falls the probe. Cro-Magnus over here getting his third gateway. It looks like his DTs will have to be made over here and then walked in. Or he's throwing... yes, there's another pylon on the way. He's warping in 2 DTs right now. Where are they? There they are. Going to be advancing across the field into ship's base, but there is a missile turret already. So these DTs will be nullified. And that's a lot of tech and time spent doing this. He does have a Twilight Council, which is 150 minerals and 100 gas, as well as the Dark Shrine, which is 100 minerals and 250 gas, which does put all of his other tech behind. He can at this point decide to go for his expansion, which is something I would like to see him do. He's trying to throw up yet another pylon. Looks like Cro-Magnus is not too sure what to do now, and he's just going to keep trying to throw up these pylons. And the Marauders over here going to be shooting at that pylon. Yet again, a DT running through the front. Going to easily get cleaned up. That's another 125 minerals down the drain. Another DT going to be walking in here. But it is still in range of that missile turret. Looks like that will get cleaned up pretty quickly as well. Looks like there's no detection back there. Possibly do some harassment in the mineral line. The scan goes down, and down goes another 125 minerals and 125 gas. Cro-Magnus is very far behind now. A starport is on the way. A factory is finishing up a reactor. So there will be the anti-Colossus weapon out soon. The Vikings, as well as some medevacs to heal up the infantry. Finally getting that natural expansion up, however. Over here, Ship has had his expansion for such a long time. It's 86 food to the 62 food of Cro-Magnus right now. And he's down a whole base against the Terran player, who has been completely unaffected by anything, basically able to do whatever that he needs to do. A Ghost Academy coming up, +1 finishing for the infantry. Medevacs coming out, factory dropping a tech lab. Looks like the factory will be sent on scouting duty. However, our Pronoss player has had map control, but he is so far behind. He's throwing up a forge and a gateway, 2 additional pylons in the back of his base. If our Terran player be more glitching here because of this little tower thing. If our Terran player does find this, he can easily clean all of this up at additional loss to Cro-Magnus. He is finishing up the Zealot charge now. And Ship at 107 food with the +1 armor on the way for his infantry now. Cro-Magnus at 0-0, another DT making its way across the map. Factory now scouting out. DT is just layering the entire field, wants to make sure any sort of Terran push is delayed, or at least forced to scan several times. DT is going to begin working on these Marines here. One Marine does go down. We'll see when a Ship decides to notice. The scan goes down, cleaning up that DT. Another DT is almost cleaned up over there, but it does retreat just in time. Medevacs healing up all the Marines that were injured, and a Raven is now out on the field, will be able to detect that DT and clean that one up easily as well. Raven now advancing to the next tower, going to be able to secure the center tower, and the factory continuing to scout around. Our Protoss player is still on just these two bases, and his natural expansion is not saturated at all. There's no gas mining. He has no real sort of Tech Templar archives on the way, and our Terran Ball is going to be advancing here. And I really can't see how Cro-Magnus is going to be able to hold this off. The Marines and Marauders will have the +1 attack and perhaps even the +1 armor. And there's the stim pack going down, the charge forth with all the Marines. And the force fields trying to cut that army apart, but the force fields were mostly wasted, and the Zealots all getting ripped to shreds. And the sentries here, just not enough of that force field going down over there. And also a PDD going down, going to prevent those Stalkers from doing any damage at all. Our Protoss army is completely destroyed, and this expansion over here will soon be going down. The Medevacs also spotting the high ground, and the point defense drone continuing to do the work against those Stalkers. There's only 3 Stalkers and 2 Zealots left. Cro-Magnus here trying to get his gateway into order here again. And additional units should be reinforcing this real soon. There's already a ball at home ready to go just in case this army does fall. All the probes getting pulled off the line. And ship at 150 food, 15 food for Cro-Magnus. GG from Cro-Magnus, and this game goes to Team Voldemort, who is now up 2-0.